me, how long have you been running this Tully's Tavern?
Well, between my father and me, about 25 years now.
Remarkable. I have to say, as a first-time patron of the establishment, I'm a big fan of the crowd.
That joke, it's an antique.
Evening, Tully.
Hey, Pete.
Evening, friend.
Evening.
You know, Tully, you might be the only business that even bothered to do the trouble of shoveling the snow out front.
Now, I almost busted my ass a few times doing it, but nevertheless, happy to oblige. Well, I must say, I admit to a certain sick satisfaction that when I don't shovel the sidewalk, I enjoy watching my patrons slip and slide their way in here. Or maybe that's not sick. Maybe it's just human nature.
You want to see people hurt themselves?
No. Watch people fall on their ass. Makes me laugh.
So, Tully, you're a certain kind of man.
I'm the only kind of man.
That's right. I'll take a Jameson. Serve it up. Need a hole. My friends, my name's Peter, friend. To Tully and his tavern tales of old.
Tavern tales, I imagine you've a few of those.
Oh, some jokes really more than tales.
Yeah, I got a few storied fables to share about these great old four walls.
Well, don't deprive your sole patrons of the entertainment. Give us one of them jokes, Tully.
All right, I'll share some vulgar words to meditate on. This young guy goes into a bar, sits next to an old drunk who's got his shoebox on his lap. The young guy says, "What's in the box?" Old guy says, very matter-of-factly, "A South American blowjob toad." The young guy says, "Can I try it?" Yes, so he takes it to the bathroom, comes back 20 minutes later.
Whoa.
"That was incredible! You gotta sell it to me!" So the old guy agrees to sell it for a hefty price. The young man takes it home, bursts in the door, shows it to his wife, and says, "Honey, look! I got a South American blowjob toad." She says, "So?" "So, teach it to cook and get the fuck out!"
Another to lighten the woe of this winter's eve.
An old drunk walks into a bar, orders a shot, immediately pukes all over himself. "What am I gonna do? My wife's gonna kill me!" "Not to worry," the bartender says. "Give me a $5 bill." He takes it, folds it up, sticks it in the drunk's shirt pocket. Says, "Tell your wife that a drunk threw up on your shirt but gave you $5 to get the shirt clean." "That's brilliant!" So he goes home, meets his wife at the door, puts on his best sober voice and says, "Honey, some drunk puked on me, but he gave me $5 to clean the shirt." She reaches in his shirt, takes out the money and says, "This is $10. He shit my pants too." Now, if you don't mind, I got work to do. I'll leave you gentlemen to your vices.
To men like us, to men of our nature.
Nature, what kind of nature is that?
You know. You know. Men of our nature. We're men of the night. Men. Prowling the twilight for lady luck.
Speak for yourself, I need not prowl.
Don't be so sure.
sorry, I meant no offense.
I mean no offense. But the recipient of those doesn't show up soon. I bet that you'll be out prowling pretty soon.
Oh, she's probably just stuck out in that snowstorm. Weather cares not for punctuality.
Ooh, man. You are good with words. You a wordsmith. You are good with words. Nah, I can tell.
Thank you.
So what's this Lady Luck's name? Lucky lady's name. Oh, come on. She's got you here waiting. At least you can do is talk about her. Now, don't stealth lady have us a name.
Yes, her name's Beth. Elizabeth, but she prefers Beth.
Elizabeth. That's a beautiful name. Tully, another, please.
Wow, you are certainly drinking for a purpose tonight.
You better believe it. This can no longer go on unnoticed.
This is Tully, what is the name of this drink again?
That there is an adios motherfucker.
And adios, motherfucker. Now, what is in that, Tully?
A little bit of everything, hence the
Adios, motherfucker. So what's this lady like?
Actually, it's our first date.
It's your first date? You brought her to Tully's Tavern? I'm sorry. You know I love this dive, Tully, but goddamn.
She requested we meet here. She said she and her girlfriends always come here.
Ooh, you got yourself a little party, girl?
No, it's not like that at all.
I see, Lee likes to get a little freaky.
Wait a minute. You said this is a first date? How do you know a girl you've never met is a wild girl?
We met online.
So when you mean that she likes to get wild, you mean that it's a... Hey man, it's a new age! Who's to know what works?
That's exactly what I said.
Well, you know that online dating can be taboo.
Taboo, yeah. You got that right.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but looks like your girl ain't coming.
How's that now?
That isn't coming, man.
Time will tell.
No, man, I'm telling you, she isn't coming, so as long as she's here, you might as well go over to the table and pound a few.
I think I'm fine just sitting here.
Lee, come on! Come on over to the table, and then let's drink about it.
I appreciate the notion that you think you're giving me some sage advice, but I'm fine just sitting here. She wouldn't miss our first meeting. She wouldn't miss tonight.
You're awfully confident about a girl you've never even met.
Yeah, well, you don't know first.
Well, I know that she's 16 years old.
Excuse me?
I said that I know that Elizabeth, or Beth, is 16 years old. My 16-year-old daughter, in fact. Now, I asked you to come and sit at the table.
Look, sir, I think you misunderstood.
Lee!
Yes, sir?
Sit the fuck down
At the table.
at the table. comfortable. See, I had to get you to let your guard down so I could tell if you were you. See, funny thing is, I didn't know you until 2 days ago. See, until all of that correspondence, until 2 days ago, you were talking to my 16-year-old daughter, my only daughter, my Elizabeth.
Look, sir, you're mistaken. I can explain.
Lee, many people have been in the position that you're in and use the words that you are seeing, but you are mistaken. Those words got you into this table, Lee, but those words are not going to get you out.
I'm very uncomfortable right now, so I think that I'm...
Lee, forget this! And stop clinching onto this notion that you have some kind of control on how this evening is going to turn out. Now sit down. Now, as I was saying, since I talked to you last week for just 2 days, that's how I was able to convince you that Beth had gotten a fake ID and that this place would be the ideal place for you to meet.
It's kind of funny.
How's that?
Because I've spent 2 sleepless nights just waiting for this moment. Thinking that I'm going to meet this monster that wrote those things to my daughter. In my mind, I had interpreted this monster because of all the despicable things that you wrote her. And now you're here, and now you're right there. And I don't see a monster. Actually, I don't see anything. Kind of funny, isn't it? Look at you. Look at you. You look like a dog who just shit the floor.
You call me a monster to separate yourself from me. You paint me like a vampire in the night because it's easier to see a monster than to see vulnerability or to see that what Beth and I shared is something genuine.
Lee, let's get one thing straight. You are allowed to talk, but you are not fuck all allowed to talk or think or whatever you think you shared with my daughter. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, I want to tell you how I found out about the man who was preying on my daughter. See, a couple nights ago, I came home from work, and then I go into my house, and then my 16-year-old daughter is in her bedroom, and she is crying. And she is crying and sobbing, and she is rolled up in a corner of the room like she had just watched the most horrific car accident you have ever seen. And I walk to her, and I tell her, "What's wrong, honey? What is wrong?" And she can't tell me because all the tears, and then suddenly the tears, there's a break. And then I see it, and there is this overwhelming sense of regret. She tells me that she's got this special friend named Lee. That Lee had sought her out on Facebook. That Lee was convincing her that she should get into modeling. And Lee was always there, just telling her and submitting her with these ideas to put this town in the rear view. That everything that he said to this vulnerable 16-year-old girl was exactly what she needed to hear.
I never... That's enough, all right?
I will tell you when you have had enough.
You want to hear about what I would do to your daughter?
I want you to beg for your life!
Excuse me?
Hey! I am shocked that you would even assume that in this situation situation that you would think it would go any other way. You looked for my 16-year-old daughter. You played with her mind until it worked for her. Then you made her expose herself. Taking your pictures and exposing herself. And then, you think a man like you can get away with that? You have crossed so many lines that you haven't even flinched until now. Because this is not regret. This is self-preservation.
Look, if you want to call the cops, I would invite you to do so, but the charade has lasted long.
No! 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 That will not suffice! You will not listen to a man of the law, not you! My daughter known, but me, I looked into you. I saw your background. I saw the charges. I saw the parole time. No, 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 no! Jail is not for a man like you, not for a man like you. It is not in your nature to cease depravity. I want you to never want to cross the line again.
Crossing lines, you threaten me? You're gonna beat me down in this bar? I never touched her. You're gonna deny me my day in court?
I will deny you your life.
I've heard enough. I never touched her.
Be glad that you didn't. Now, while I was reading your messages, Emily didn't seem to tell you anything about our family. Did she tell you anything about her brother Aaron, did she? Elizabeth has a little brother, Aaron. He's my youngest. Aaron was 7. See, Aaron's mother and I, we took him to the mall, and he used to like to play this game where he would run through the store, and then he'd jump into the clothing things, and then he'd wait for somebody to walk by, and they'd jump out and they'd scare him. Harmless. And sometimes pretty damn cute. And while he did it, even the clerks would give him a laugh. Well, one day, his mother and I take him to the mall, and he goes off to play his hide-and-go-seek game. But the thing that is different is that he did not return. So I call out for him. I yell out his name in a frantic panic, and then I look at his mother, and we start looking around, and we're shuffling through the clothes, and as time goes on, all the clerks are helping us, and by the end, we are tearing this department store apart. And then the night came in, and the night, that's when I was crushed. I mean, the loss of a child. The loss of a child is something you can't even imagine. So then a couple of months without Aaron. The cops, they start pulling back their squads, and they're rolling down their searches, and it's then that I knew that he was gone. I knew that he was gone. And then a month later, his mother left me. She and I, we just didn't know where to go from there. And I couldn't blame her. I couldn't blame her. So then it was just me. It was me and Elizabeth, and no Aaron, and no mother, and no reason Why does it all happen to us? And I tell this story because two things came out of me losing my son. One was a vulnerable and very fragile young daughter. And the second thing was a father who made a promise to his daughter that he would protect her at any cost, at any cost. And now you're at my door. So what am I supposed to do about that love? I promised protection at all costs.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry about what happened to your son, but I can't stay here. If you want to press charges, then, you know, I suppose you... Excuse me, Tully. I'd like to close up my tab, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. There's a little story that I meant to tell you. See, Tully, he's my brother-in-law. Elizabeth's uncle, to be exact. So Tully, he's gonna take that snow shovel and he's gonna beat the hell out of you.
Okay, look, guys, this doesn't have to be...
Lee, there are some words that I heard. Some John Wayne bullshit in with something like this. A man's game charges a man's price. So there's your sentiment. But the scars aren't going to be enough for you.
No, guys, no, please.
Adios, motherfucker.